everyone. Glad to have everyone over here. And the panel today is going to be about the role of open source and how it is helping shape Web3. So before we start with the conversation on that, I'll just basically give some context. So we'll be talking about most of you already know about open source projects, how they function, what's the ethos behind that. But we are also just going to touch upon some base on that, pros to it, and then how Web3 and open source go well together, and helping shape the dev ecosystem in the coming years. Right. So first of all, before we start with anything, would like to know about your journey in your dev journey and how contributing to open source helped you shape as a better dev.
Hello, this working? Hi everyone, I'm Jessica, one of the founders at Zero-to-Daap. So I'm not a dev, I'll just start with that. But I was actually lucky enough to be exposed to open source quite early. When I was 14, I had a friend that was very deep into the Linux community. That's a long time ago, because I'm old. And so I was 14, installed Linux, got rid of Windows, and just started exploring open source projects. At the time, obviously there was no crypto yet, but we're talking, open source. The open source community obviously is much older than crypto. And when I was 14, I actually did my first open source contribution, which was a translation. So it was a translation of a game. That was ages ago, but I guess in some way it kind of gave me that imprinting early on. So when crypto came around, it was like a flashback for me, like going back to those days when I was looking at these open source repositories and looking for a way to help. I never became a dev, but I did learn how to contribute early on.
That's actually amazing. That's my first open source contribution was also like something silly like I was translating some, because I think most of you guys know about micro-based. And you can just get swags for making any open source contribution. So that's what I did. Basically, just translated an AP into my native language, which wasn't going to help anyone. I still did it, and I got some swags from it. I also just do a quick intro. I'm David. I work as a dev at Fuel Labs, and my journey with open source started around 4 years ago, right after I graduated from school. Honestly, the reason why I got into open source was because I didn't have anything else to do. I wasn't in a good college, so it wasn't like I wasn't going to college, I wasn't getting any work, so this was something where I could just show up and say that, hey, I just want to work on this, can you let me? And that's basically how I learned most of the things I know now. Sounds good.
That's actually really interesting, because my story is very similar to yours. For those of you who are wondering where Kavya is, I'll be taking her place here. My name is Kanish. I'm a DevRel at Lumos. I started contributing to open source like 3.5 years ago, obviously during Hacktoberfest, because I wanted that t-shirt. It was the golden thing for me back then. But one thing that really attracted me and that kept me going through it was I could contribute to, say, React. Maybe I could fix a bug there. And my first contribution was literally putting a full stop in a README to get my pull request approved for Hacktober. But from there I got to meet many amazing people. I worked at a project that was actually affiliated with NASA, a machine learning project. And ever since then life has not been the same, because again, not a good college. And I could see that opportunities exist beyond those four walls. And all I had to do was just show up. I've contributed to Markdown files. I've learned Markdown files from GitHub by getting scolded, basically. And I think the best way to judge a dev is through, again, GitHub and contribution charts that you see. So that's a little bit about my journey.
Thanks a lot for sharing that. So what I want to talk about next is, as I'm also aware that writing code for a personal project is a lot different than when you're contributing to open source projects, right? Because when you're writing personal projects, you don't really think about much edge cases, maybe not even setting up something as simple as a code formatter or something so that everything looks good. things are structured. But when you're contributing to open source projects, there are guidelines, there are some pipelines which you have to adhere to, some code writing styles, and you have to be very careful with all the edge cases you want to tackle, because it's not just you who's going to be using it, all your 10 friends. It's going to be an entire community or even companies using basically that project. So so that is the stakes at contributing to open source. So I believe that that would also help you shape to be a much better dev that brings an experience which you put into your own project or the companies you're working at. So maybe you can touch some base on that, how it helped you write better code.
Absolutely. So, who's a good dev? Let's ask that question first. A good dev is not the smartest person in your team, but a person whose code, even 10 years later, if somebody opens it up, they can probably understand some of it, right? They understand the code that has been written, but can also guide you when you're making mistakes. So, yeah, that is actually one place where, your skills and all, they really show. And, yeah, now I'll ask you the same.
I actually agree with him a lot because I know for the fact that I'm not the smartest programmer for sure, but what really helped me throughout learning all of these things and getting to the place where I am right now is learning how to work with people and communicating effectively, making it easier for us to also work on the same project. So I think that's like an open source, like you said, it forces you to kind of do that, because most open source projects are just people communicating, piecing. They don't have meetings, so you don't have a chance to work things out in a meeting. So you're kind of forced to explain yourself in the best way possible. You have to write things down very clearly. So yeah, open source definitely upgrades you really fast.